All right, y'all ain't know how Steppin with Marcus J is live. We in the building, about to get ready for another fabulous show. We appreciate your patience, starting about 2 minutes late today, but we here, about to get into a dope show. We got a big one for you. We're going to start it off with corporate America. Corporate America, yay or nay? How do you feel about that? We're going to talk about Gabby Douglas's hair and why the sisters is giving her the business behind it. We're going to have a discussion in the Healthy and Wealthy Wine segment later on, and we got a special guest. We're going to talk about the happenings here in the Richmond, Virginia area. We got a lot to get into, and we're glad that you are here with us. The flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. It's called Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, and it's live right now.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying, then they must be half stepping. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We in the building. Be down with us at 804-402-2893. Be part of the flagship show heard live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's rocking with us tonight. We appreciate you. We appreciate those folks that are checking us out on TuneIn. Thanking those folks that are listening to www.legacyinternetradio, as well as those folks on Streamer. Special shout out to our folks that's already checking us out on Facebook Live. We see y'all. I'll shout you out here in just a minute. Thank you to those folks listening to the replays on YouTube and iTunes. Y'all rock with us. We roll with y'all. We appreciate you. Special shout out to our sponsors, Live Action Captions, Free Spirit Enterprises, and Jody Music Mixtape. We'll have a word from our sponsors later on in the show. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to rock with us so we can roll with y'all. A lot to get into tonight, and we're not going to waste no time. Special shout out to our folks that are checking us out right now on Facebook Live. We see you, Katrina. We see Mr. 3375, the utility player who's supposed to be here. Where you at, man? We see Neek is checking us out, and our clairvoyant medium, our sister Shayna Latia, is here as well. Shout out to all of you guys. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here with us right here at the beginning. So I ain't the only one in the room, so I'm gonna stop talking and kind of introduce the crew that we have here. We expect some more usual suspects to infiltrate us before the end of the night, but I want to introduce this brother who is making his return to the room. We haven't seen him in a while, and since he's been gone, he has decided to go completely African with his dashiki wearing self.
That's right.
He is my big brother and yours, big bro Joe. What up, man?
Hey, Marcus J, how you living today?
What's up, Prince Akeem?
Oh, you know, I'm from Zamunda.
I mean, you more like Zemi.
Broke one?
Well, you did get bathed by the pretty girls for being an ass.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. You gonna be Zemi?
I'm gonna be Zemi.
Yeah, there you go. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, you know me, Marcus J, living, happy to be alive. Tired, but whew.
What kind of tired? Because you got different tired's.
No,
are you dog tired, boss?
I'm dog tired, boss.
You stick balls at the end, or just dog tired?
Well, no, I'm gonna stick balls at the end.
Wow.
I felt like I got whipped.
Wow.
You know, I felt like one of them slaves with Pharaoh.
This is the reason why you had to rock the dashiki, and you got the little necklace thing on there too. Show Facebook Live, man. Show Facebook Live. Facebook Live. Look at your brother. Look at your brother, man. It's good to see you, man.
Yo, thank you, bro.
You got a special guest with you here in studio tonight.
Yes.
Of course, I am so happy that she's here, but I'll let you do the salutations and introductions.
I get to do the salutations and greetings?
Absolutely.
Wow. You know, it's an honor and a privilege for me to sit beside someone that I consider a very, very, very close friend. Through ups, downs, sideways, and rounds, has always been there for your big bro. And you know what? Just like you, I only have 6 friends. 6. I can count them on 3 fingers.
3 fingers.
Just go with
Well, 4 fingers and 2 thumbs.
See, did I got it right?
I got you.
See?
I got you.
Love that dude.
I got you, man.
I love that dude. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce to my right, your left. If you're looking at us on Facebook Live, I got the mayoress of RVA, Ms. Mavis Wynn.
What's up, Mavis?
Hello, Marcus. Hello, Joe.
How you are doing today?
I am doing well. I'm a little tired also.
That's why you got the eyes? I was going to ask you if it was something else.
This is dog tired.
This is dog tired. Dog tired.
Boss?
You going to put the balls on it?
Boss.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's an extra tired.
Sorry.
Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. We had
Thank
another
you.
shout out on Facebook Live. Letitia is checking us out, and she's saying peace to those of us here in the room. So, Mavis, it's so good to see you here. I know that you have checked us out in the past, and you've supported us here at Legacy Internet Radio. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the fact that you came in tonight, and gonna hang out. We're gonna fellowship.
My
We're gonna
pleasure.
talk a little bit of trash. Of course, big bro, our sister Dee Dee is checking us out, and she said, "Dang, big bro Joe's in the house."
Yeah.
What up, y'all? That's what she's saying and whatnot. So shout out to our sister Dee Dee. Shout out to you, girl. So big bro Joe,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna start it off with you, man. You said that there was something in particular that you wanted to discuss, and so I'm gonna have you jump in and take it away here at the beginning, brother.
All right. So, Legacy Internet Radio family is this esteemed co-host and family. I'm curious because, everybody kind of knows that you normally see me looking dapper as usual in my 3-piece suit, bow ties, wingtip shoes, or brogues. It depends on how I'm feeling for the day. And I'm in corporate America here in RVA. Well, I just have one question because you can tell that I'm in my dashiki and the revolution will be televised. I said the revolution will be televised one more time.
What's happening, Marvin? I see you checking us out, brother. What's up, man? What's up, Jason?
Yep.
I see Jason's in there as well, so make sure that we shouting y'all out. Peace to you too, Marvin. Thank you. Go ahead, bro.
One more time, the revolution will be televised. So, the question I have, and you know what? I'm going to toss this straight to the mayoress. And the reason she got the title of distinction is because nothing goes on in RVA that this lady has no clue about. Trust me when I tell you, I mean, knows everything going on up, down, sideways, but shh, we're going to keep that on the DL because it might scare a few people. I think she should just run for mayor. Don't we got a mayoral election coming up?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that?
In November.
I mean, I'll vote for you.
No.
I mean, even though I don't live in
I vote for Mavis.
No.
I vote for Mavis.
I'll sneak
I
in
would
and vote.
vote for you, though.
I would
Like
appreciate,
Serena.
I appreciate that, but no, that's not me.
That's not you?
You're not
That's
trying
not
to be
me.
the mayor?
That's
No.
not her.
Mm-mm.
All right, so the question is, RVA, corporate America, yay or nay? Now, that can be a loaded question. Corporate America, yay or nay? But the direction that I want to roll in today is, has corporate America gotten any better in the past 20 years for black folk? Ooh. Did I just throw a jab, a right hook, and a cross?
That's very loaded.
It's loaded?
Yeah, that's
It's
loaded.
loaded. Yo, I need somebody. Hey, I'm going to let the mayoress go ahead and speak. But guess what, folks? If you can call in and talk, we need some help. 804-402-2893. If you want to gain access to us and get in on this topic of discussion, because I'm telling you, it's going to get hot in here. Just like it was this weekend. But we're gonna leave that alone for a minute. But mayoress, how you feel about that?
Well, here's the thing. I haven't worked in corporate America in the past 17, 18 years. I have been working for Venture Richmond, which is a nonprofit organization. and I can't. So that one I can't really speak on, but I do know that I don't think I could go back to corporate America right now. Only because, at Venture Richmond, we do have a little bit of leeway. I don't have to fill out a PTO form. I don't have to account for every minute that I'm somewhere. We have a very lenient executive director. She understands emergencies come up. She understands family issues. I don't own a pair of pantyhose. Okay.
Me neither.
Oh no! What I'm saying is that a lot of corporate America, the females have to wear pantyhose and suits and jackets and all that stuff.
I knew what you meant.
I have one black suit, and I probably need to update that black suit because it's probably a few years old and a little dated if I was to put it on.
Oh, is it them evil sisters, Polly and Esther?
Yeah, probably.
We getting some love from your sister Carla. She's saying that she'll be your campaign manager if you was to run.
Hey, little, what you doing, little?
What's up, Carla?
Yo, definitely.
She's checking us out on Facebook Live.
Okay, but like I said, at this point in time in my life and at the age that I am, and I'm
21.
close. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. But I'm a little bit closer to Social Security and retirement than the rest of you all in here, and I really don't think I could do corporate America at this point in time in my life.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
Really.
Well, I mean, okay, then, Marcus Shea, I need you to help me out then, because I know we got the point of view from a nonprofit point of view, and I'm waiting on my little sis Kim. I know she was supposed to be in the house tonight. I'm not sure, so we can get this shenanigans started for real. So I'm still waiting on her, but she also does nonprofit, but she catches the corporate end of the nonprofit on a wholly different level.
All right.
You're on the better end of that spectrum. She argues, she comes to me with horns out and claws like these people that got on her bleep, 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 nerd.
Wow.
Yeah, real. Yeah,
wow.
It's gangster. But, from us, then let's switch gears then. Because I can sit here and tell you that corporate America, for the most part, and anybody out there who doesn't believe me, who still works on the plantation, it sucks. Corporate America sucks.
I think it sucks because there's no power for the middleman. One of the worst places that you can be is middle management.
Amen.
Middle management, gives you the illusion of having some sort of power, but you find out really quick, in certain instances that you don't have any power. And you don't necessarily need to have it, but when you live in a state like Virginia, which is a right-to-work state, translation, they don't need a reason to let you go. You working and you just don't know if that day is going to be the day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is the day.
And you just don't know. I've been someone who's been let go unceremoniously. I've been there. I know what it feels like. And corporate America, unfortunately, is one of the largest areas of employment for most people. Unless you create your own business.
Right.
You create your own business that allows you the freedoms to actually do the things that you want to do. We're getting another hit from our sister Michelle. Michelle is checking us out. She is saying hey to the crew. What's up, Michelle? Corporate America is tough. When I hear about the nonprofit, that intrigues me, especially when we talk about the freedoms that you have. Mm-hmm. Because I think a lot of it has to do with what it is that you can live with. There are people who go through and they live and they work, very happily through corporate America for their entire, working lifetime.
Right.
Whether it be 20 years, 30 years, whatever, you get to watch and then you get to, you don't get pensions anymore, but
mm-hmm.
It is what it is. So, Joe, I get frustrated sometimes because I personally work in corporate America, and one of the things that really kind of bugs me is you hear all the time when you messing up, but when you go about the day to day and you're doing so great because you know how dope you are, so you're doing great, but the people that are in the middle management position just above you, they only call you when it's time to fuss about something. We know shit goes what they say, downhill. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, and you know what? That's a bad analogy because I really don't believe shit rolls downhill. It rolls downhill, then it plateaus. Because honestly, you got to look at middle management. There are 3 levels. 3 levels of middle.
Second time you did that, bro.
All right, 3 levels of middle management, folks. If you're not the man, you're middle management. People don't want to, I'm a senior VP. Your title means Jack Diddley on the spectrum of A to B, because honestly, those people in the middle and the true middle management are the personnel who are just above the people who are truly doing the hardest work for you. And I don't think people really, really get that. For me, in the role that I carry, the folks that are just below me have just as much power or have more voice actually than I do. It's crazy to think how many times different things can be changed around by the people below me yelling, but I'm telling my bosses the same thing, and guess what happens? They look at me like, oh, you need to fix it. How in the world can I fix it if you won't give me the tools that I need to fix it with?
Right.
And I understand that, being middle management is one of those things. And you can be middle management with a good salary too.
Yeah. Well, that's the illusion.
That's the illusion
because you feel like you're doing okay. You can spend a little bit more on your family, and you can do a little bit more on the weekends than what you used to be able to do, and then you can take your trips and all of that kind of stuff, and you can get a little bit bigger house than what you may have been able to get. But the reality is you don't have control over your life the way you may think you do, because something could happen. The company can downsize, or the company cannot be doing so well. The company can align their management. Like, all kinds of stuff could happen, and you get caught up in that, and the next thing you know, the lifestyle as you know it is no longer.
It's gone.
It's gone. And and I don't know too many people who can go, couple of weeks, couple of months, or whatever it is, without the paycheck that they used to have.
Once again, the illusion.
The illusion.
Illusion.
And so it's frustrating because I've been there. I don't know if you guys on Facebook Live. I don't know if you guys have been there. I don't know if the folks that are listening to us on Legacy Internet Radio or TuneIn or Streamer, or they're listening to the replays, call us at 804-402-2893 if you've been affected by corporate America in a positive way or in a negative way. I know we've spent a lot of time talking about middle management, but I don't know if anybody who's listening, I mean, maybe we got some CEOs that are listening to us tonight on Legacy Internet Radio. I hope we do. But, I could tell you, and I want to introduce this, Mavis and Joe, I want you both to address this. I was one who was in middle management in my previous job, before the job that I've taken now. And once I was let go, I ended up getting another job. I ascended back to middle management. But then they did a restructuring, and I ended up back in the workforce. And it was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Oh.
I ain't want to be nobody's boss no more.
I'll be a peon all day.
I mean, there's a couple of ways that you look at that, though. Because, to coin the phrase that our brother K-Dub always uses, can we create the world we live in by working for somebody else? You know what I mean? Like, there's different things to introduce to this discussion. You know what I mean? Do we want to make our own businesses? One, that's on this side. But then on the other side, do we say, forget all that being somebody's boss and middle management? I'd rather be the peon and just go get my paycheck without the added pressure of trying to beat down somebody else with this corporate bullshit. Because that's all it is, really.
That's what it is.
So what do you think?
You know what? I'm going to die. You don't want that one? You're not going to take that one?
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, okay.
She don't want no parts of that one.
She don't want no parts of that one.
So the body language just change up.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, and on both spectrums, I'm going to start where you started at first. Personally, I would rather be my own boss. And you know what, folks? That's what we all should be striving towards. Because you notice that rich folk stay rich. By doing what? Independence is the key to building your legacy. Your legacy can be what it is, but independence is the key. You got to listen to those words. You got to own those words. You got to do exactly what those words are telling you. It's difficult sometimes for us to let go because we're fearful of failure. Not only are we fearful of failure, but people don't want to lose that quote-unquote facade of being prestigious because you got this title and da-da-da-da-da. Because titles kill people. Titles have been beating people up a many day.
Yeah.
And when you lose that extra 50 cent that you got between, because I'm gonna put it out there. I said 50 cent, and people don't understand why I might have said 50 cent.
You're not talking about Curtis Jackson, are you?
No, I'm not talking about that dude. No, not this
talking
time.
about loose change.
No, I ain't talking about loose change.
Before you go on, let me get a comment in. Shout out to our brother Corey in Jersey. Actually, Corey is in Massachusetts by way of Jersey. Peace, brother. It was good meeting you this weekend in Jersey City, man. Good meeting you. Thank you for supporting, joining the show last week, and listening to it tonight. Thank you, brother. Go ahead, Joe.
Definitely. So, once again, when I say 50 cents, and that's a metaphorical differential, and for y'all don't know what metaphorical is, it's a play on words. So, I know everybody ain't as intelligent as y'all middle management people out there. Yep, I'm throwing jabs.
You went there, huh?
But metaphorically, if you think about the hours that I work, and I used to get this all the time, that's why you get paid the big bucks.
Exactly. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Woo! To take this and to take that and to do this and to do that. Do you realize, folks, that most middle management people put in
60
not
hours
your
a week.
40-hour standard work week, and if you're
60.
well, I'll take that back. Full time is 32 hours here in the good old Commonwealth. 32 hours will get you insurance.
Insurance.
Yeah, insurance. We'll get you insurance. Excuse me. And get you your full-time status. But then you have the folks who don't realize, once again, like I said, that if you work 40 hours a week standard, middle management who are salaried work normally in excess of 57 to 60 hours a week.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, because I'm going to ask you a question. Go ahead.
Okay, because if you add those extra 20 hours a week that I would work,
and you don't get no overtime for it,
and I don't get overtime, and I don't get paid for them, and I'm on a salary, which means my pay is stagnant. It's set at a specific level, and if you work overtime, you get more. You get paid extra.
Right.
Even if you don't, you get your standard 40. Guess what, folks? I'm making less money than you are who works a standard 40-hour week.
Yep.
If you ever add up the pennies, middle management is get screwed all the way around every day sideways and twice on Sundays.
So let me introduce this then, because while you're doing all of that, how often do you see the big boss, whoever the big boss is, whether they be the director or the regional manager and all of that kind of stuff? They make the real big bucks, and as you get higher and higher and higher. But let me ask you this. We talking about the CEOs and those folks in corporate America. I'll use Donald Trump for an example, and I don't use Donald Trump as the person running for president because there'll be time for that later in the show. That's not where I'm going. I'm going Donald Trump, the businessman, who in the course of running for president, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, when they asked him about the taxes and they asked him about, showing his taxes, he refused to do it. He told the guy it was none of his business, but he tries to, quote, pay as little taxes as possible, end quote. This is the CEO. This is the person who runs the business. Now, big bro, how much do you think that you pay in taxes versus what the CEOs and stuff who have so much money and so much power that they themselves become a corporation? They're no longer an individual.
Okay.
So we're talking about corporate America, yay or nay. Who does it benefit?
Well, watch this. Now, and anybody who understands finance and anybody who's been in corporate America, and you know what? I challenge any CEO to sit here and call us tonight if you're not scared. Get off your butt. The number is 804-402-2893. Call in to the flagship show here at Legacy Internet Radio and talk to us. Tell me different or call me a liar. But what I know for fact is most of those people who are CEOs, quote unquote, get paid in shares. They get paid in profits. They don't get paid cash money. So they get paid off of dividends, which are taxed a whole lot differently. Oh, you ain't think we knew? Hold up. You ain't think we knew that, did you?
Yeah.
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 But the way it's going down is that's how they get paid. They don't get paid a standard salary. They will get paid like most business owners.
Right.
Don't pay themselves those phenomenal fees.
Right.
I mean, those not phenomenal fees. What is it? Phenomenal. Help me out. Not
Wages.
fees. Wage. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, but the mayoress.
She held you down.
The mayoress would know, right? They don't pay themselves those abnormal wages. Think about it. They would pay themselves a normal salary. They might pay themselves $55,000 a year. Now, $55,000 a year to the most is big money. But you're thinking about when you sit in the head of a corporation, when you have a doctorate degree, when you have a PhD, when you can call yourself an esquire, and for y'all who know what esquire means, it means you're an attorney.
It's a lawyer.
But think about it like that. They don't pay them. They pay yourself $55,000, but guess what? They get paid off the profits of their companies and how their companies and bonuses, which also get taxed at potentially 40%. And so what? What's 40% of $1 million? What's 40% of 10 million?
Yeah.
Really? I'll take that every day.
So takes us back full circle. Corporate America, yay or nay? Who does it benefit? Does it benefit the little man? And we can, we mentioned Donald Trump a minute ago. I can mention him now because he's running for the presidency of the United States. And we are having a lot of our brothers and sisters who are poor and rural, who are unemployed, who are saying that he's going to create jobs for them. I want to know, in your opinion, and Mavis jump in here as well, what kind of jobs are we talking about? Are we talking about corporate America, middle America jobs? Or are we talking about, what are we talking about here?
Who knows? Only because most of his businesses, anything he's had his name attached to, has failed.
And it's outsourced.
And most of his jobs are, you're right, Joe, outsourced.
Yep.
I mean, if you look at his so-called clothing line, it's all out of the country. So what is he going to do? Come and build factories now and give everybody jobs? I just don't see it happening. And I really hope and I really wish people would wake up and see, what is actually going on and what he's saying.
But he's going to build a wall, Mavis. He's going to build a wall. And he's going to make Mexico pay for it.
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Okay. So I guess he's not going to have his ties made anymore? Because that's where the factory is that makes his ties. It's in Mexico. So how is he going to get one of the products that he has his name on that he endorses in?
Right.
So, he's talking a lot of rhetoric. And I hope people will finally wake up and realize it is a lot of rhetoric. It's scary that a lot of people are believing in what he says and are endorsing what he says.
Well, I think that scary part, Mavis, and I want you to address this point here, that scariness is coming from people who appreciate that bluster and the bloviating and the tough talking and I'm going to make them do this.
Right.
And I'm going to make them do that. And no matter what you say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that.
Right.
Well, how you going to do it? Well, I ain't got to tell you that. I'm just going to do it.
Right.
So we in Virginia, and I spent, the weekend in New Jersey, my home state in Jersey City, this weekend. And I didn't run into anybody there who is going to put up with Trump and his shit, reality-wise, because most of us grew up with Trump. We grew up with Trump. Like, the country was introduced to Trump during The Apprentice.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even so much now. But those of us who grew up in the New York metropolitan area, mostly in northern New Jersey, for me, we knew Trump because he stayed in the media throughout the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. And his assholishness was on display every day in the newspaper and on the news media.
holishness.
Yeah, I said it. I said that. Yeah.
Can you really put that?
We did. Well, I mean, we know who we
You
know.
don't talk about the potential president of your United States.
I mean, I won't call him that. I mean, because see, one thing that I never do is disrespect the president.
He,
And I didn't disrespect him directly. I disrespected his actions. You know what I mean? Because I would never ever because that's not something I do. Because
That is different.
when I had all of those people who came after me in social media, Facebook, as well as those folks on iTunes and all of that. It's not us. I'm sorry, Instagram, and how y'all talked about me and said all this crazy stuff. That's not something I do. I don't do that. I attack a person's actions, not a person as a person. Having said all of that, Donald Trump's assholishness actions is something that we were very, very familiar with back home. So now the country is getting introduced to it.
Right.
But I'm telling you these, I don't want to say too much on this, but I will say this. They did studies that says that the people who support Donald Trump are the lower level of intelligence.
Yeah, they stupid.
You can say that. I wouldn't say that.
Okay, that's
but they're the lower level of intelligence, and these are people who don't have a whole lot of education. I'll say it that way.
Yes.
And so I want to know how, when we take it back to corporate America, if we think about the CEOs of the companies that we work for, and thankfully our sister Mavis ain't got that problem. This dude want to be the president of the United States. And he's going to make jobs. And he's going to build a wall.
Wait, hold up, Marcus J.
He wants the president of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama, to show his college transcripts
And birth certificate.
This dude is in his 50s, man. Come on, man. You want to see I'm 42 years old. You want to see my college transcript? I don't even know where it's at.
Ain't that good. But anyway, hey, listen.
I got a paper. That's all that
But
matters.
yeah, that's all that matters, right? But listen, folks, let's stop bashing Donald Trump for his assholishness, views, principles, ideology, whatever, for 1 second. And Marcus J, you're gonna have to find me the specifics, but I think I'm correct in saying that it was about 15 or 20 years ago in the interview he said that he would run as a Republican because they got to be.
Well, I did some research on that, and that may have been a misquote. I'm not sure, but I have done some homework on that because I used to use that.
Yeah.
I used to use that. They said it was in People magazine, but no one can actually find the People magazine. That was a meme, and everybody saw the meme, but I don't know that anybody has actually seen the People magazine that it was actually supposedly quoted from. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
We're going to have to find that out.
I mean, I looked into it, and I couldn't find the actual People magazine.
Nothing?
No.
And if you couldn't find it, well, I guess it must not be out there.
I did my homework. We're getting a couple of more hits in social media. Little sis Kim is asking, wait, does Joseph have on a dashiki?
You're damn right. Yeah, I almost did it.
Mark is checking out. He says, what's up, Mavis? He said, the grind don't stop.
What's up, cheats?
So shout out to Mark. Let's see. Our sister Dee Dee is still listening to us. Dee Dee says there are plenty of educated folks that are supporting Trump as well. She works with several of them. So I guess she's checking me with regards to that.
Both of us.
But with regards to the exit polls during the primaries, it's been documented that most of the folks that are supporting Donald Trump, they just educated. They're just not.
Hey, but you know what? They really
educated.
can't be that educated because all of the people who are voting in this election are still purple. If you don't understand what I'm, mix the colors.
You just
Clowns.
you
Yeah, I'm going in.
You a damn,
Power to the people, and let's get these people up out of here.
I don't know what the hell he talking about right now.
You don't know what I'm talking
He just devolved into something completely different. But I can dig it.
Hashtag SMH. Shaking my head.
Can I stick a D in there? SMDA, shaking my damn head
Yes,
at
with
this
a
dude
GD there.
and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I just we'll kind of move on from corporate America, but I just think that it was very interesting topic to kind of talk about. It's one of those things that we've never really talked much about here on the show. So,
yeah, but I think some of the folks are scared, and I still haven't got any phone calls. Nobody else believes that what we talked about in the first segment was one of those.
Well, I found that most people are voyeuristic with regards to things that they do and they listen to. You know, you got people who will be watching Little House on the Prairie when they go home, but they don't want to tell you. That, you know, or they be watching Young and the Restless. I'll tell you, I watch both of them. Those are my two favorite shows. That's just me, because I'm open.
I think Catherine Chancellor's still around. Her ghost is floating.
And her and Tupac. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. We gonna take our first break of the night, and when we come back, we got some specialness that we're going to share on the other side. We look forward to bringing it to you, Marcus J. and the crew. And you know how Steppin' with me and you will be back in a few.
Yeah. Hey, this is Warren Ballantyne, the number one truth writer in America, and I'm listening to my man, my brother, Marcus J. right here on Legacy Internet Radio.